Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Transformers 1 Takara, Tomy, Optimus Prime from the animated movie that came out recently, which was really good, by the way. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I'm not super impressed by the deluxe version of Optimus, so I was very excited to see this. I don't want to say leader class, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it is masterpiece sized Optimus, which is awesome. Unfortunately, not much of it is in English, but that's alright because we can still read instructions and still understand it based off of images. Now, this one is what I was hoping to have the regular mainstream Hasbro one to have. I would have paid the extra price point, but that's alright because we were able to secure this one. It does come with a background. It's not as crazy as the other Hasbro one, so I usually just leave it in the box. And what's nice about this one is articulation and accessories. Now, he does come with his giant blue axe, which he develops in the movie, and he comes with the Matrix of Leadership, which is really, really cool. As for instructions, they are sealed away. They are big, unfortunately, like huge, and I had to actually fold them halfway as I was like reading it and going through the transformation because it's just too much. But it was big enough that I was able to tell most of the steps without having much issues, so I guess that's some part marks. As for posing, he's not too bad. He's able to do most poses. It kind of sucks when you want to hold out the Matrix, like in one of the poses that you're going to see soon, but other than that, he's pretty nice. He doesn't have a good ankle tilt, but everything else is good. His hands do open, which is very fun. Figure itself feels a little flimsy, but not too bad. Like, it's not too top heavy. This little arm does fall off easily, but it's not broken, which is nice. So you're able to just click it back in, and that's just a quality control issue. He has mini ratchet joints on his legs, which is fun, and the head is on its own swivel, so it's able to move. So that's all really fun stuff. The Matrix looks pretty good and accurate to the movie, which is fun and shiny. My complaint about the axe is that it's a little bit bulky and doesn't look too good, and I wish it had more than one color like it did in the movie. Other than that, though, this is a very solid figure. As you can see, you're able to do poses, you're able to open up the hands and put the Matrix of Leadership in it. However, his bulky arms do make it so you have to like raise it like he does like in the Tron poster, but that's okay. I'm not complaining too much about that. You are able to also open the chest piece in order to put the Matrix in there. Now this piece, I struggled a little bit with the instructions just because lack of color and it doesn't really help me determine where it is, but you pretty much just have to stick your nail right on that little red piece there and you're able to pull it out, and then you can take out the top, and then the Matrix just slides in there and pegs in, and then it's all good to go. And it's great because you can actually see it, unlike other Prime versions. Now this I really like. It's the action swivel where you just have the gun pop out when you press the little button at the back, and this is fun, and you can just put it all the way back in and tuck it in just by bringing it back and closing the shoulder piece. So that's a really neat feature, which also translates to the vehicle form, so huge bonus points for playability, even though I don't feel like people are getting this or playing it like children do. An added bonus feature which I love in Prime figures is the fact that you can swivel the faceplate around to show off his mouth. I never really use it, but it's pretty accurate to the movie, and it's a little tough to get out there, but it works and it's fun. My main complaint about this figure is that once you do put on the axe, it's just so heavy and doesn't really lock into place that he cannot do that many poses because it will just drag the arm down. Now obviously you can work on fixing the joints, adding some clear nail polish to make it more stiff, but you shouldn't have to do that. So that's a little bit annoying because the axe could have been a lot lighter and smaller or different than made, but other than that, everything is fun. I wish he had his iconic blaster from the movie, but beggars can't be choosers, and I'm pretty happy with this one. As for the transformation, you start by taking this little piece up, and then afterwards, it is a little complicated in the instructions, but you pretty much just want to open up the torso piece, and it's a little stiff because this was my first time transforming him, and you want to slide the head in inside there, which is hard. You want to fully open up the torso piece because then you can help like manipulate it from underneath, which we're going to see soon enough. I did struggle with this for a little bit, so please forgive me, but I was able to get it in there. Afterwards, you're going to rotate the back piece, and it's going to look like the front of the vehicle, and all you have to do is open that up and take out all the little panels that you see inside there. Afterwards, you're going to push those two red pieces together to form like the proper cockpit of the truck, and he looks silly in this just like he did in the movie, and this does eventually go all the way up in order to cover him, Optimus, fully. Next step is for the arms. You're going to basically unhinge them from the upper part to make them go low, and you're rotating them backwards so that when you do bring that cockpit up, they'll be able to connect to it. And here I did jam the head in, and that's obviously why this isn't closing. You want it properly put in there, so be careful, don't break anything when you do it. But once you take the Prime's chest piece and you unhinge it from its joints, you're able to slide that head in much easier. And once that's all there, you're able to bring the arms fully down and then connect the hood on top of that to the arms, which is pretty fun. So now you saw that I was able to move the headpiece a little bit, and now things are suddenly fitting a lot better. And then the torso is a little annoying because it just kind of dangles there until you start doing things with it, but that's pretty soon. Now the arms do need to be rotated 180 degrees, and then they need to be brought all the way underneath the trunk. So in this case, you can see me struggle a little bit with it, but they just need to be rotated the other way, as you're about to see, because they connect together. Think about the two fists touching without the fists. Keep in mind this will probably undo itself a couple times throughout the transformation, but it's pretty easy to fix. After that, you can take out the wheels, which are at the shoulder pieces, which is a pretty neat way to store them. They do actually roll. You'll flip his little shoulder rocket pads to give the proper thrust to the vehicle once it's in motion, and then you'll rotate the waist 180 degrees. After that, we need to open up the side of the legs like so, and then there's a little gray piece in there we're going to take all the way out. Same thing on the other side, and then afterwards we can collapse the legs in on themselves and then fully connect them to the body, because this isn't supposed to be a long truck. So you kind of have to separate it from the knee joint there, and then it's able to fully collapse in on itself. This could be a little tough the first 2 times, but after that, when you get used to it, the motion just works. So yeah, once they're fully connected to each other, the blue plates at the bottom slide in, one goes on top of the other. You can tell based off the connector bits. This little gray area you took out does just connect to each other. And then the feet themselves, as you can see, I struggled a little bit. You do connect it all together. It works better once you tap in the top of the legs into the red cockpit, but that's okay. The feet themselves get collapsed in on each other like so, just like any stereotypical Optimus Prime figure, which is pretty fun. And yeah, once you get those little blue pieces tabbed in, everything kind of just works. The wheels line up, there's no issues with rolling, so it's very fun. It's just a matter of understanding what tabs into what. And once it's all there, it's a 10 out of 10. And then the axe does have a little bit of storage on the side of the vehicle, which is neat, nothing too crazy. And And then my favorite part about this is the fact that you're able to still have that action lever. But yeah, that's the vehicle form. It's neat, it's perfect just like the movie. So let me know what you think down in the comments about this transformation. I think it was a lot tougher at first than it is overall. Once you get it, it just works a lot nicer than other figures. And then to get it back to robot mode, it's pretty easy. You just need to separate those blue pieces and gray pieces, then you're able to redo the legs. Don't forget to swivel at 180 degrees for his waist / torso. And then it's pretty straightforward for the hands. You just kind of undo them, and then take the top part of the cockpit like out from the shoulders, and then you're able to redo the entire upper body pretty easily. Would I say that this is worth $100-ish Canadian? It's on the cusp. I think this is more of an $85 figure. However, it is still pretty fun. It's still better than the leader, which is normally $80. It's very well articulated and detailed, and it's got some good accessories. The weight issue in the axe is my main thing, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's still a solid choice and definitely as a collector's item. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye. Don't forget these little shoulder pads too.